Yes, indeed, every hospital has got uniqueness. But then, in terms of business process, in terms of carrying this on for the future, there have to be elements of business standardization so that across entities, across groups, even if it is a single hospital, across departments. So when we were talking about the CDAC system, we heard very nicely about how the government has given a form. What does that mean? It's about standardizing. Can I ask you your name, your surname, your first name, your last name, your middle name, your family name, your town name? How many varieties and avatars of name itself we can have? We don't know whether it's gender or sex yet. All these matter. Are you going to call it M or male? All these. So these are your standardizations that we are talking about. Yesterday during the conference, we spoke about data standards. This is what we are looking at in terms of getting ourselves, getting our head in the right manner so that the pain of the implementation is reduced and we are able to get it uniform across, because the whole purpose of an electronic medical record is to see it across seamlessly in the whole enterprise. Single hospital, multiple hospital, chain of hospitals, doesn't matter. The essence is the same. The techniques used in planning should bear in mind the operational, the clinical, and the financial excellence of the hospital enterprise. So this is where you are going to determine who you are. Your uniqueness is going to be kept here. Keep that in mind in terms of what are you trying to do and why are you trying to do this. Ultimately, why are we trying to do this? What's the goal? Maximize the efficiency, minimize the cost. Let's get to basics. This is not a very complicated problem. It's a large software implementation, it's a large enterprise, and we're talking about people, process, and technology. In some form or shape, all these three are going to be hugely impacting your enterprise. People. If you want to do a successful electronic medical record implementation, believe in it first. Don't do it because your neighboring health system is doing it. It's of no value, you'll spend a lot of money, it's going nowhere. So that means you need to indulge in a business process reengineering. You need to have an implementation team and you need to have a training team. For many of you in this room who may also tie these to financial models, yes, it is investment cost. You got to invest in people. You got to get your people working. You got to get these teams there. And these teams have to be empowered to make decisions. Don't send a committee for the sake of sending a committee. It's going to go nowhere. Because anyway, it's anyway going to get vetoed when it goes back to the head of department's room. It's not worth the exercise. It'll never fly through, and that's where you're going to have tiffs between departments, and we've never seen tiffs between departments. That never happens in any of the organizations we work in. So that's very, very essential for you to figure out how and what teams you're going to constitute, how are they going to be implementing, and how are they going to be training. We'll talk about training shortly. This team that you're talking about should represent the cross-section of the organization. No one department can tell how the other person is working. I'm not saying in a bad manner, but again, go back to the word of uniqueness. If you are unique, I think each person is capable of articulating their uniqueness. You know, every conference needs a Dr. Ganapati to run it. You know, it needs a dedicated person who's going to be ruthless with time. Same with an electronic medical record implementation. It needs a dedicated project manager who will do this for a living through the duration of the implementation. And that is going to come from the information technology, because a lot of it is, we are going to be talking technology, but a lot of it is also the business of the organization. So the way we see it is one full-time equivalent of a person transforming between information technology to start with, and then going over to the business side who's going to operationalize it, run it, and hand it over to the full-fledged steady state team, which is the hospital enterprise. It has to be a person who is widely respected in the organization because conflicts do arise. Differences of opinion are prevalent. Let's acknowledge them, not sidestep them. And the person should be a believer of change. Now, what about the people now? The size of the team. The luxury of a large team is worth the comfort. That depends on your capability of taking it. But it's definitely worth the comfort because there's so much to do in an electronic medical record implementation that a large team will definitely be worth the investment. Yes, when you look at it from the implementation side, during the days of the implementation, it will look like huge cost. But trust me, after going through several implementations, you will figure out that the time, effort, and the mistakes that were committed could be easily avoided by reducing your initial apprehension for having a large team. So definitely go for the team. And this will not go through if there is no ownership. This is not somebody's problem we are trying to solve. This is very much our problem. That's the only way by which an electronic medical record wins. Go back to the word uniqueness. If you think you're unique, if you think your hospital needs a system, then you got to own it. Obviously, yes, it's all about me. I am the center of the universe and I need everything done around me. That's what every department wants done. This is a golden opportunity for every department to exercise that option about it's all about me, get the implementation around me, life will be comfortable after that. Process. Know your process. Define them. As is process and to be process. Never, never, never ever make the mistake of replicating blindly the paper. Don't take the paper form and make it electronic and call it a digital record. If you want to do that, from a cost perspective, you're better off with paper. That is not the intent of what you're trying to do. Make sure that the process that you're trying to do is in line with the organization strategy. Figure out what your organization is, and that's a very strategy question. Figure out what your organization is. What do you want to do? How do you want this getting in line? And then figure out your process, the to be process. In many cases, the as is process may be the to be process also. It does not mean change for the sake of change. This is a difficult one, the next one. Whether you're going phase-wise implementation or going with a big bang is solely the capability of the organization and the revenue stream to manage the change. Both options are available. Both options work equally well. You got to figure it out. Process. Change management. It needs clinical champions. It needs process specialists. It needs HR enablers because your organization is changing. The structures are changing. The role is changing. The moment the role is changing, you will have discomfort on who am I, what am I doing, is my importance getting lost. The moment you get into those issues, definitely you are going to have conflict. Your implementation is going for a toss. Because now you have ego coming in. So you need HR enablers and you need to handle how the roles are changing. It is clearly change and get over it. You don't need to live on this and harp on this for long. Check the downstream impact. Don't have a process that will be done just for the sake of doing it because it may not work for your organization. Remember, the enterprise system is not a departmental system, and that is why I say check the downstream impact. What is the impact of a registration on a lab system on the diagnostic? Think about it. It is not just about the registration, it's not just about the lab. And it is not to justify, but to educate how we go through this whole change process. You don't need to justify that at all because there is a required change. Training stops and the configuration around them. Your peripherals are very, very important. Plan them and plan them. Test your servers. You never know how much of transaction. People do get enthusiastic and they actually start using electronic systems. So your paper process is not a replication of the load. What people will remember is how smooth the implementation was. The hiccups are definitely transient. Take your time, but be mindful of the business priorities. You don't have infinite time to implement. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts. Happy to take questions later.
Management system works. So Dr. Chaudhary is an assistant professor in Department of Biomedical Engineering at Mehran University in Jamshedpur, our neighbors. Welcome to India, first of all. Right, and he holds his masters in the field of telemedicine and e-health systems from London, UK. Right, over to you, Dr.
Good morning to ladies and gentlemen. My topic is e-health grid web portal system to manage public health. So no doubt this e-health grid is the future of the healthcare. So and that combines the e-health and grid for delivering a future healthcare delivery. My presentation agenda: introduction, hypothesis, research objectives, research methodology, then proposed research models for e-health and